Welcome back to ETBU Extra, broadcasting live from the first floor of the Arnella Student Center on the campus of East Texas Baptist University. We've already talked about baseball. We've talked about Tiger tennis. Now to talk Tiger track and field with the head coach of the men's and women's program here at ETBU, Natalie Prather. And Coach, last week at the UT Tyler meet, a lot of great things happened with the team as well. The men's team finished third in the meet. The ladies team did well against the competition they had. And just kind of talk about the overall performance of the team at the Tyler meet last week.
Well, it was the first meet we had. I think we had every single person on our team there. And I mean, across the board on the men and the women's side. I mean, the women got second overall as a team. So amazing performances by everybody. Of course, the highlight of the day, well, two highlights of the day, actually three. We won 3 events. We had Xavier Gray win the long jump, and then we had Cody Blankenship finally PR'd and cleared the high jump at the 6'10", and then of course we had Zachary Biles with 15.2 on the pole vault. Both Zachary and Cody are now in the national standings, so if that continues to go well, we may have some more meets after our conference meet this year.
You know, Zach was one of our guests last week, and he talked about 15 feet was the highest he's ever gone, and he wanted to get higher. So maybe we should bring him back next week as he get ready for another meet to see if we can get him up past 15 too.
Hey, I will bring him back every week if that's going to help him jump higher.
Now, for an athlete as a high jumper to jump 6'10", that is a lofty height.
It's challenging. I mean, Cody's been trying to do it for the last 2 years, and that's something that he's been trying to work towards to get, because that is, you know, jumping 6'10" is going to give him kind of a little bit of a comfort level later on this year when we're trying to get him up there in the national standings. So he was really excited to be able to jump that this early in the season. Is going to give him kind of not a relaxed sense of mind, but the pressure's kind of off. And so I feel like he's going to be able to jump higher than that this year, just because the pressure's off. He's done what he needs to do, and now we can just see how he improves each week.
Of course, I know you're very proud of your team and the first place finishes you had with your athletes on both the men and women's side, and some second and third place finishes. But what kind of pleases you from other athletes and their performances at the UT Tyler meet that you went, wow, that's good? Because I know a lot of your athletes had personal records running in their events.
A lot of personal records. I mean, Carmen Bush, who I think is coming up after me here, she was the first D3 athlete for women. I mean, she was the first D3 athlete in the 100, in the 200, in the long jump, in the triple jump. I mean, just an all-around amazing athlete, a really hard worker, and she's injured, and she did that with an injury and with a positive attitude. I mean, it was amazing. You know, our girls, a couple of our girls, Brinsley Chance and Hannah Godwin, they had a great day with the shot and the discus. We had girls in the 110 and the 300 hurdles that did amazing. So across the board, I mean, we had a great day. We had a great day. We even had new people in our relay team, and we were able to beat our relay time from the week before. So we're improving every week. Everybody is improving every week.
Visiting with Natalie Prather, the coach of the ETB track and field program here. And Coach, I think I know the answer to this question, but I know we don't have a track here at ETB. We don't have a shot put ring or a long jump ring. Where do you take the team to work out?
That's always a very fun puzzle of the day. Normally I'm at the junior high with the throwers for an hour and a half or so. We go
Marshall Junior High.
Marshall Junior High at 4:30, and then I'm with the sprinters and the jumpers from 5:30 to 7:30 at the high school track, and then the pole vaulters and some more of the jumpers come out from 7:30 to sometimes 9 o'clock at night. So we're just kind of anywhere that we can go. But we have made the best of our situation, and clearly it's not hindering their performances at all.
And if I recall, you've had some early morning workouts as well, like 6 a.m. possibly?
We've also had those, yes. I make all my distance kids come and run long runs at very early in the morning with me once a week. And of course, with the weather, we switch things up. So it's kind of a day-by-day basis, but they all know to keep their phones on. Lots of communication.
So what do you do with the weather what it is this week in East Texas? We got rain predicted until probably Friday morning. I know you don't have a meet until March 25th, so what do you do to help them keep sharp at what they do?
Well, last night, you know, we having a lot of time in the gym from 6:30 to 8, and so we do a lot of feet drills, a lot of arm development, a lot of abs, you know, bleachers. I mean, there's actually quite a bit.
Ooh.
I know, in Keys with no breeze whatsoever. I think a few of them thought they weren't going to live to see another day last night, but we actually got a lot of work done. And then, you know, we'll reserve the treadmills and do treadmill workout, and we make it work.
course, as I mentioned a while ago, your next meet's not until March 25th as you travel to Abilene to the campus of McMurray University, who has their own track, by the way. Matter of fact, I ran a track meet when I was in 7th grade there because I used to live in Abilene, but they've improved it since then, way back then. But the Warhart Classic, it's kind of, I say since the conference meet is at Hardin-Simmons, it's kind of nice to go out to Abilene because West Texas conditions are totally different than East Texas conditions. So you're probably looking forward to getting your team out in that condition out in West Texas.
Absolutely. I mean, there's always a lot of wind out there, and that's going to affect all of our jumps, and it's going to affect our throws. It's going to affect the pole vaulting and the high jumping, and that was something that we discovered really the last 2 years, but last year especially. I mean, the wind can be brutal out there. And rain can come at any time. I mean, I think both times that we were out there last year, it rained on us. Of course, the track meet still goes on. So it's nice for them to be able to see what the weather will be like so that we're prepared for anything.
Well, Coach Prather, good to talk to you about Tiger Track and Field, and best of luck to your team on March 25th as you travel out to Abilene to play in the Warhawk Classic. Don't go away. Coming up next, one of the athletes, the track and field athletes here at ETBU, Carmen Bush, will be our guest next on ETBU Extra.